Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Edit This. I am Joshua R. McIntyre, the Senior Editor at 10th Legion Solutions, and I just wanted to bring another video to you. Some of you know that we also, in addition to editing written manuscripts, we also do editing for websites and companies' websites and their social media. So I wanted to start a little series. It's going to probably 6 or 7 videos probably on social media and business, and kind of how you can use it for content creation, but with a specific focus on Instagram. So you would have to, so this is going to be, we're going to talk today, why should you use Instagram for business? Like, why should you? Or like if it's already, or have you missed the time to get into Instagram? The short answer is no. But you would have to, so we would say, why use Instagram for business? That's what we're going to talk about today. So you would have to basically be living under a rock not to realize that the power that businesses and brands have gathered to themselves through social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok, or whatever. These brands and businesses have been able to drive massive amounts of traffic to their websites, and which has resulted in them exploding their sales and their brand awareness. They have been able to amass small fortunes from this traffic because they direct it, like I said, to their websites and to their offers or landing pages or whatnot. But as we talked about earlier, well, why should you focus your attention on Instagram in particular? Put it another way, why use it for business? Especially if you say, well, I don't have millions of dollars to spend on advertising, so it's easy for them to do that, but I can't do that. Well, should you still use Instagram for business? Yes, you should. The reason, well, why should you? Even if you don't have a big ad spend, why should you use it? Well, the short answer is you should, because Instagram still is, in my opinion, the alpha of the social media world. I mean, you can make arguments for TikTok now because it's growing so much, but Instagram is still right in the conversation. To begin showing why I think this is the case, you can look at someone like Gary Vee on his Instagram. This is what he said. This was probably 2017, 2018. He said this quote. Gary Vee said, anybody right now who is not spending a disproportionate amount of time trying to figure out the hashtag culture, the Instagram ad product, or organic Instagram posting, working with Instagram influencers is making a huge mistake not to set their business up properly in the 2018-19 world. So a couple years ago, but still applicable in my opinion. He continues, we have not seen the real revenue come in from Instagram yet. It is a beast. It is the current social network. So this is like in 2018 and 2019. Instagram was already a very big deal. You see this like with people like Millionaire Mentor and other people on Instagram. They grew their brands really huge, like quickly in 2017 to 2019. And this is like in that general time frame. Gary Vee said he thinks that, oh, it hasn't even begun yet. You know, this is like the first wave. We still have a long way to go. So why should we listen to Gary Vee? Besides the obvious, I mean, if you're interested in this topic, you know who he is. Just simply put, he's probably one of the top thought leaders in the world on using social media to build brands. It would probably be a toss-up between him and Grant Cardone. So to back up what Gary Vee said, in his book Instagram Secrets, Jeremy McGillivray lists 12 reasons why Instagram is, according to him, quote, dominating all other social media platforms. Now, this data is a little old, and I say a bit old. It's from 2018, so in social media world, it's kind of old, but it still is not totally outdated. It's still very applicable. You can see why. I think some of this data is from 2016, so that is that 9 years ago? Man, I'm getting old. But take it for what you will. But he lists these 12 right here, the 12 reasons why you should use Instagram. So he says, first, Instagram allows you to reach up to 100% of your followers. Facebook only allows you to reach about 6%. So unless that has changed, I'm not up to date, to be quite honest with you, on the algorithm. But I still believe that, technically you can, in theory, reach all of your followers with your content on Instagram, whereas Facebook is kind of constrained. Second, Instagram's engagement is amazing, 58 times more than Facebook and 120 times more than Twitter. The thing about Twitter is definitely still true. Twitter, I love Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it now. The artist formerly known as Twitter. But Twitter is great, but no, all your followers definitely do not see all of your tweets. That's for sure. Instagram, he says, it's easy to use. Very true. So you can go from 0 to hero really quick on Instagram if you really put in the work. So he also says the fourth point for 2016, so old data but still relevant. Then he said Instagram has 23% growth compared to 1.8% growth for Facebook, Twitter list users. So back then, still old. It's probably come down some now, but compared to Facebook and Twitter, some of the old guard social media companies, the growth was not even, you couldn't even compare it really. It was like a huge gap. He says Instagram has equal distribution among iPhone and Android users. That's pretty big. Some things really tend towards more to a certain operating system. He says Instagram currently has 650 million active users. That's way more now. I mean, that's old. I mean, it's even bigger now. He said then that in number 7, he said organic engagement has grown by 115%, compared to a 68% decrease on Facebook. So in 2017, when he wrote this, early 2018, when he wrote this book, Facebook's engagement went down 63%, while Instagram grew 115%. Number 8, the average order on Instagram is $65 versus only $55 on Facebook. So if you are selling products directly on social media, per the average dollar amount sold per sale, you're going to be making about 20% more on your sale on Instagram versus Facebook with the same ads, same products, same content for the ad copy. Number 9, Instagram's growth rate continues to double every other smartphone app. That might be a little old. Like I said, I would want to compare it with TikTok now and see how TikTok does with it. He continues, Instagram is extremely efficient at deleting fake or spam accounts. They're pretty good. They still exist though, but well, extremely efficient. Depends how you define efficient. I see a lot of spam on my account personally. That's why my personal one's private. Our business one is not private, but that's a different story. But he claims that compared to other apps, he says that they are good, which is probably true because some are really bad. Facebook is really bad about it, and Twitter are terrible. Number 11, he says 96% of marketers use Facebook, while 36% use Instagram. And he says on Instagram he said on Instagram you only must compete with about a third of the marketers online. Now, since then, that gap is definitely closed since then because more people are using Instagram. But it's still, there's definitely more room. There's more room to grow on Instagram still than on Facebook. Even now, even with their growth, there's still a lot more room to grow. He concludes his 12th point. He says the average Instagram account grows in followers by 16% per month. And he says if you have a business account, he says 16% per month, but he goes for business accounts that this 16% is for business accounts. He clarifies that. So this would be he said when compounded for a year, a business could at least then expect a 200% increase in followers annually. So after, like I said, seeing what he said, I'll bet it is a little dated from 2018. But you can still see why Instagram, you have to use it. If you wanted to build your business online, you have to use it. If you're going to be on social media, you have to be on Instagram. That's why most brands you see at even the grocery store, they have icons. What do they have? They have Facebook, they have Instagram, and a lot of them have TikTok or Snapchat. I mean, but you always see Instagram. Instagram's always there. If they cut one, I mean, they're going to cut Pinterest before they cut Instagram. And that's not even a question. So, Instagram is easy to, another reason is that I would say, is Instagram the king of social media still? It's definitely a contender. Like I said, I look at TikTok, but I still think Instagram is bigger. Like I don't have the stats in front of me, but Instagram is still bigger. Now I would probably say that TikTok is probably growing faster, which is to be expected. That's not surprising at all. But so it is still either the king or a king of social media, no doubt. So another reason is that Instagram is very easy to learn, but you have to work to make it work. It's easy, but it's not gonna be like 5 minutes every 3 weeks. You actually got to put in the effort to make a really good profile, to plan good content. Now it doesn't mean you have to live on there or you have to be on there all day every day. If you're doing that, then you're doing it wrong. I learned that the hard way. So, the time on there doesn't necessarily mean that you're being productive. So you have to be really smart, but you do have to be on there and do work. So now, like we said, so despite the fact above showing how it is easier and more rewarding to market on Instagram than other platforms, especially Facebook, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. It's like we said, it's easy to learn, but you have to put in the work to make it work. It is not easy to attain success on Instagram, and it is not for the lazy. That's very true. That was a quote from Jeremy. That's really it's a good point. Many people want to attain levels of success that are reserved for the 1% of Instagram users. So you see like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Millionaire Mentor, other various accounts in different niches. Like the really big accounts. The ones that are very, very successful. People want that. People, I'm gonna get Instagram. I'm gonna become Instagram famous or whatever. Which is don't ever say that. It's really silly. Just don't say that. Because if you say I want to become Instagram famous, then it's already over. In my opinion. People want that kind of success that they see in those kind of accounts, but they don't want to put in the hours and weeks and months and years that it takes to get to that level. You have to post and develop content consistently over time for the long haul, and it can be very boring at times. It is what it is. You got to do it. And that's for any platform, not just Instagram or anything. Whether you're writing articles, publishing papers, or whatever, you have to just keep chopping wood. You gotta keep chopping wood. You gotta keep shoveling the coal. You gotta do it. That's anything in life. Next, I want to give you another quote from Jeremy too, from his book Instagram Secrets. He says, quote, they do not. He's talking about these really, really good accounts that are very successful. He says, quote, they do not treat it like something that they can. I'm sorry, I can't read. He says, quote, take two. Quote, they do not treat it like something that can be hastily put together and updated without care or attention. Each element is carefully and purposefully engineered to achieve their goal. And their goals are to improve and increase traffic, to increase engagement, to boost sales via high conversion rates. The goal is to compared to the other means of gaining sales is to they want to improve and increase the traffic. They want more engagement on their post and their content, and they want to boost sales because they want a higher conversion rate, i.e. they want more people per 100 posts to buy, to convert into a sale as compared to something else or to a different platform. Or to what they're doing now on Instagram. Let's say you're on Instagram, but you're not doing what you want to do. Your goal is that you want that conversion rate to go up. So, in our conclusion, you have to master the basics of Instagram. Commit to publishing, promoting, posting, and engaging your audience, and then leveraging your audience by constantly giving them value. Once you have begun to do this, then you'll be able to promote your products or your services to your audience, and they'll begin to trust you. And that takes time. It takes a lot of time, effort, and a lot of work, but it's worth it. I mean, if it's your business, if it's your brand, you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life, most likely. I mean, of course, I know that you can probably sell like a business or whatever, but even then, you're probably going to do something else. And if you have a personal brand, you're going to keep developing that. So this is the long haul. This is a lifelong project. And you may say, well, if it's lifelong, what if Instagram goes away? Well, then you'll take the lessons from Instagram and apply it to something else. It's not like, it's like King Constantine in Scotland in the 9th century is said to have said. He says, when things change, plans change. It seems really simple, but you make these plans, you make these standard operating procedures, but if things change, plans change. That's simple. You can't be like, well, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna be upset, oh, I can't believe I did all this work. No. If things change, plans change. So that's why. So it is what it is, but that's life. But this is a lot. This is all that to say. This is for the long haul. But it's worth it for your business and for your brand. So over the next couple of weeks, like I said, we're going to do probably like 6 to 8 videos on Instagram. We're going to go over very basic things from like how to choose a name, how to set up your profile, and stuff like that. Very basic stuff, but just kind of like the building blocks that you can use to help your brand and your business, or whatever you're trying to promote. Just to get the basics down so you can begin doing like basic content creation, posting, and growing your audience. And then once you have that stuff down, you can use other more advanced means to up your game on that. But thanks for joining us on this edition of Edit This, and we will see you next time. Take care.